Hi everybody, welcome back to Charlie and Me, our camping vlog. Hang on a second, this guy is here with me. We're just about to leave the house. This is a video of a difference. It's not a campsite review, it's not a product review. There will be no road footage to skip because we're just going to run a new title just for this episode, maybe another episode. This is the weekend of the 25th and 26th of September. COVID is still rampant in this country, so much so that Dublin is on lockdown, and since last night, Donegal is on lockdown. We're heading to Tree Grove Caravan and Camping Park in Kilkenny, where we have set up a meetup with viewers of Charlie and Me and listeners to the Camping Crew podcast. We set this up back in June or July, I think it was July, thinking that everything would be okay. We're going to be following the COVID restrictions to the letter, wearing face masks, hand sanitizing. Dan in Tree Grove has marked out areas 10 meters apart, so there's going to be no hugging, no community area. The area where we want to have a bit of a sing-song, if you want to have a bit of a sing-song, is well spaced out at 10-meter intervals. I'll show you all that later on. So Deirdre's going to follow us down later on because it's only 10 to 11 on Friday morning, and myself and Charlie have the car hooked up. We're going to head to Tree Grove, help Dan set things up. So after the titles, the next thing you see is us in Tree Grove. No road footage whatsoever. So I'm going to run the titles. Hi guys, we've made it to Tree Grove Caravan and Camping Park, where we have the Charlie and Me Camping Crew podcast meet. It's not a session, it's just people wanted to meet us. Okay, they get to see me and Charlie on the telly all the time, but they don't get to meet Chris. There's 5 caravans here already, 1, 2, 3, 4, and about 5 motorhomes here already. A couple of Dublin people have cancelled, obviously because of the lockdown, and 1 or 2 from Donegal have cancelled. A few won't be arriving till tomorrow. So the plan is we're going to be doing interviews for the podcasts, and I'm hoping to walk around with the camera and do a couple of pieces to camera as well, and have a chat with a few people as we make our way around. So for the moment, we're just going to sit and relax and say hi to a few people. We've greeted a lot of people already, but I'd love to get their review on camera, so we'll talk to you in a couple of minutes. So we made it down to Tree Grove, and basically what we're going to do is have a chat with the people who took time out of their weekends, spent a few bob and came down here. Now, when we started, Charlie and Me and the Camping Crew podcast, it was all about motorhomes. It then blended into camping in general, and then we found a couple with a tent. Well, when I say tent, well, let's have a chat. What I'm going to do is I'll get them to introduce themselves, and then I'll talk to them about their tent. Hi guys, who are you and where are you from?
Hey Aaron, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Joe.
And we're from North Tipperary.
I thought North Tipperary was a thing of the past, that it's all Tipperary now, because I'm from South Tipperary. I thought we were all brothers and sisters in arms.
Well, Joe is from Tipperary, so what are we,
It would be
Joe?
Tipperary, but like...
But you're North Tip. You're north of the county.
We'd have to north of the county, yeah.
Now, I mentioned that you guys have a tent. It's not really a tent. Talk me through it.
So what we have is a Conway Countryman folding camper, or some people call it a folding tent. But actually, Aaron, what we call it is Connie. We christened it Connie. Yeah.
That's one of my questions that I'm going to ask people, especially, they tend to name motorhomes.
Yeah.
So, and it's Connie because it's a Conway.
Yes.
Now, What facilities have you got? For example, right, it's a trailer tent with this awning on the front of it.
Yeah.
So this is your sitting room, your kitchen area.
Yeah.
What's in the trailer end of from the little door in?
Do you want to do it?
So from the door in, then we have a double bed on the left and a double bed on the right.
Oh, so she's a 4-berth.
So
Yeah.
it's 4 berth, yeah. And then you have 2 couches in as well. That'll fit 4, so you can seat 4 to the table. And up in the front then we have a double grill, a sink and a fridge underneath with presses and storage either side as well.
And when you say, right, let's get to the fridge, is it like our camper fridge? Is it a gas fridge that runs on a bottle of
it's a 3-way
propane?
fridge, yeah. You can either have gas, electric.
Yeah, so it's the same as a caravan,
yeah,
a camper van. And what about the water facilities? Is it a borne tank or like the caravan wheelie tanks for fresh water?
Wheelie tank then, so fill up on site and then plug in. And once we have electric then, we just turn the tap the same as normal. We have power on the tap.
Right, so speaking, what have you got then light-wise?
There's one light.
Just an interior light?
Interior light,
Is
yeah.
it 12 volt or just electric?
That's on electric as well. I'd say, yeah, you probably could go with a 12 volt. We actually don't have it set up for a 12 volt battery.
So that's what I'm saying. So you can only go camping where you can plug in?
Yeah.
Like
we're
I
there
know
for a
you
couple of
wouldn't
days,
wild
yeah.
camp in a motorhome or in the trailer tent because of its size and it's easier in the motorhome. So when you come here to Tree Grove, can you operate without plugging in?
We could if we had. We actually don't have a battery for it, so we didn't bother getting a battery.
Because
We just
9 times
decided,
out of 10,
yeah, we
well
always
now
go
10
electric.
times out of 10 you're going to be plugged in.
Yeah, we'll go for electric. Like.
You're not doing this long. How long are you doing it?
We started it. We actually bought this in 2018. We went over to the NEC, to the Caravan Camping Show.
Yeah.
2018 was the year we got married, so we kind of did a few free trips with Ryanair, if we want to call them that. So
$9.99.
one of our day trips was over to the NEC Caravan and Camping Show, because we were kind of looking at buying a tent, and we'd never done camping. We'd never gone anywhere camping, so we were kind of looking and saying, right, we might go buy a tent. So we said, look, we'd go for the day. It was a day out. We'd go look at tents and stuff, and we'd seen the tents and seen everything else. And then we came across Conway Countryman, and we got talking to the guys, and they were kind of talking about new ones, which was a lot of money. So we kind of went away for a few minutes, and we went off and had a cup of coffee, and we had a thought about it, and went on Google and kind of realised, yeah, we have a lot of gear in this. We have the fridge, we have the cooking facilities.
You've got everything I have in the motorhome with the exception
Yeah.
of 12 volt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have a toilet.
No.
So
Or a
if you
shower.
want to have a toilet, you've got to buy just one of the porty
Exactly, yeah,
potties.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still cook, eat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And has it got two 20 volt sockets that you can plug your phones in for charging?
Yes.
And
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
two 3-pin sockets in it as well.
now you tow it here with the Volkswagen Caddy. How does it tow? Is it heavy? Is it like just towing a light trailer?
It's just a light trailer. It's only the folding camper itself is 750 kilos. So we put maybe a few bits and bobs into it after that.
Into it and into the van.
Yeah. So you're pretty.
Does
light
this
on-
awning fold up into the trailer tent?
Yeah. That's just a simple canvas. So you
Yeah.
take off the canvas, and then you have a metal frame left it, and that all just
And
folds up.
that all
sits into
fits
a
in
bag.
under the, and then
That fits in into the fold.
because I saw you arrive yesterday and it's a neat setup.
Yeah.
So then it's clothes and food that you just carry in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And actually,
fantastic.
we can even carry extra stuff in when it's all folded up. If you fold it up nice and neatly, we actually put in our folding chairs, and we can put in bags underneath and everything
Before
else.
the cover goes on
Yeah,
top.
before
Yeah.
the cover goes on. So
Actually, when it folds in, there's still space underneath
Yeah.
the beds and in around where the either side of the couch, like underneath that part of it. Like, so
Yeah.
the stuff goes in there. You obviously there are two gas bottles up in the front,
Right.
as well. So we have the
Are
stuff
they on
under
the tow
wheels.
hitch
Yeah.
or inside?
Oh, they're in on a frame. You know,
Right, yes,
covered
yes.
inside. Yeah, they're covered as well. Like. So we got 2 gas bottles there.
And okay, so you're camping now 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously not much this year because of COVID, but you're still getting out now.
No, we actually did more this year than we did last year.
Serious?
Yeah, we at the beginning when the campsites were opening up.
Yes.
I got online and I booked loads of campsites.
It's like booking the Ryanair flights.
Exactly.
Except for you don't gain on price.
There you go. So, and I'm really glad that we did that because we had the weekends set and we had our places booked and we got
Not
going.
just a
We
Ryanair.
had-
Okay, so of all the places you have been to, favourite campsite?
We actually don't have a favourite campsite.
Yeah.
Are you
The
serious?
reason being is because we have not had a bad experience yet
Anywhere, yeah.
in
That's
Ireland.
brilliant.
And I have to say, like, the camping community, we've had so much fun. Everybody is like so friendly.
So if you don't have a favourite campsite, the way Deirdre would rate a campsite, we do have our favourites. The way she'd rate a campsite is if you were there in the lashings of rain and you'd come back, it's a great site. Where is there somewhere you'd go back to? You've next weekend off.
Yeah.
Somewhere you've been before, where would you go?
For me, I would go to Dingle.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason being the campsite is fab. The owner is great fun, TP, and it's only like a kilometre from the most fantastic beach.
Yeah.
The last time we were down there, we were there at, like, we went down to the beach at like 5 to 8 in the morning. It's like a kilometre of a beach, and we had the whole place to ourselves. It's just, and the water and everything, it's fantastic. Oh.
But you were saying earlier on that you like the walking, you'll hike a mountain. Why do people do that? But you do.
It's good fun, yeah.
Okay, do you have a favourite gadget that you must do? For me, it's the Wi-Fi, or I would say the telly. But my favourite gadget would be, I have this ratchet towel holder for cooking, for paper towels. Do you have a favourite gadget that if you arrived on site, oh, do you know what I forgot?
Probably it's something I picked up in Lidl one day. It was just a little pop-up kind of a, what do you call it? A
basin.
Basin, yeah. So anytime we're going down for the wash, to do washing all the dishes and stuff, just pop everything into that. It's kind of a rubbery type thing, so you can just wash the whole thing and pop it back into, fold it back up in. It's only that width and it folds back up. That sits back in. But we can fit a load of stuff into it, like.
Mine though is the heater. We bought a heater.
Said that as well.
Yeah, no, we bought a heater last year, and thank goodness we did.
Was it even here last night, or was some frost this morning?
It was
when
cold. Yeah, I find it cold during the night, so we turned on the heater for a little while, and and it just takes out the cold air.
Yeah. It's not necessarily for the heat. It's just, as you say, to keep the bite out of the air.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, guys, first of all, on behalf of myself and Charlie and Chris, we want to thank you for your support with the podcast and the videos. We love that you took time to come and spend the weekend with us. And thanks for having a chat with us.
Thank you
so much. Can I just say before we finish, Aaron?
Of course you can.
That I know you said yesterday you were kind of surprised at everyone coming here, but I think the big thing about everyone coming here is just to say thank you to you yourself and Charlie and to Chris for everything that you've done for all us campers.
Yeah, I'm getting that, and I appreciate it. I have to be honest, and I think I might have said it on camera earlier. We knew there was going to be X amount of people coming here. We originally had only booked 11 pitches, and I think there's 38 units here, each with 2 to 3 to 4 people. And I couldn't find the word last night, and Deirdre said to me, I'm actually humbled by the support, and I appreciate your words, and we love doing what we're doing, and as long as you guys keep watching the videos and keep listening to the podcasts, and if we do this again, which I think by the judging, it's a pity we have COVID, I think it would have been bigger, but let's do what we're doing, and again, we do appreciate your input, we do appreciate your comments, and thank you very much.
Well, every year I think it's going to get bigger.
Oh, you're making it sound like an annual thing now. This was a one-off that was suggested, and I'm kind of saying,
and look
every
at the
year.
weather you got and everything.
I was talking to the gods and Allah, and I tried to try everything out for the weekend. So look, we have been blessed. So let's hope that this stays for the rest of the day. Guys, we'll talk again throughout the day. Thanks again.
Thank you, Aaron.
Okay, so the sun is still beating down. So thank you to whoever God you pray to for giving us the weather we have. And we've got another interview of people who took time out of their lives to come down here and support myself and Charlie and Chris from the Camping Crew podcast. So let's head over to camera 2 and ask these people name and where you're from, please.
Hi Aaron, I'm Tony and this is Trish.
And where do you hail from, guys?
Originally from England, but living here 21 years, so living in Clontarf.
Oh right, okay. So you got out before the lockdown.
And we did, yeah.
And thank you for making the effort down. Unfortunately, some people didn't make it.
No, we've been on the road for a few days now just to...
And so there's just the two of you now?
Yep.
Kids grown up, don't care anymore?
No.
How long have you been at the camping?
I'd say at least 20 years, probably 25. My parents got me into the camping, caravanning into France from England, and I suppose the seed was sown. Our first holiday home was a tent. I brought it on Oxford Street, brought it home.
As in a two-man tent?
Two-man tent.
Nothing like what they have today.
I think I came home on the underground and said, look Trish, I brought you a holiday home in a bag.
And she's still here.
We still have it.
You have not?
We do, yeah.
Oh,
I'd say it leaks a bit now, but we still have it. Then I suppose tenting, and then our first caravan was my parents' last caravan.
Oh right, okay.
So they stopped.
And in the UK still?
Yeah, so we went across, picked it up, brought it home, and we loved it. I think our first stop was down in Wexford, Morris Castle, somewhere like that.
Yes.
And then we went across to the west, over to Achill Island, via Westport House.
Wow.
So the girls loved it. They took to it.
So what age were they at the time? Are we talking like 10 years ago?
Oh no, they were like 4 and 2.
Right.
So
okay.
they were very small. It was
How long did you have the
size.
caravan for?
We had that caravan for, I'd say, about less than a year.
Oh right. Okay.
Purely because it was fairly dated.
Right.
And it was quite small. So as the girls were getting a bit bigger, we needed a bit more space.
Right.
So we traded it in for a new one.
A caravan again?
A new caravan again, yeah. And then I think we went through 2 or 3 caravans, packing up the caravan one holiday in Sligo one year, summer holiday in the rain, in a storm. And I was winding up the chocks and hitching up the caravan. The girls were in the car. I was getting wet. And the fella next to us was in his motorhome. He just literally unplugged his electrics and off he went. And I got in the car, drowned, and I said, Trish, we're getting a motorhome.
My next question was, how did you progress from caravan to motor? And was that the main reason where you were saying, look at him, he's gone already,
It was the main reason.
It was a good selling point.
Yeah, it was a good selling point. So we kind of, again, the seed was sown to look for one, and
how long did
we
it take?
found one privately, I'd say a couple of months
later
that summer.
So you then had to sell the caravan
privately?
We
sold a caravan privately, having bought the motorhome.
Right.
The motorhome wasn't new, it was second hand, but it had been well loved. It gave us a good start, and we've been through from that one to we got the A-class King of the Road treat motorhome, which was 7 point something meters long.
And was it a tag axle?
No,
mine was 7.5 meters tag axle.
But it was just huge, and I mean it was literally
great space.
Great space.
Yeah, but kids were kind of thinking, we've
they
had
were
enough
one
of this.
end, we were the other end.
Yes.
In that respect, it was terrific. But I think, the roads when you're in France, the roads are straight.
That's what we were in Portugal and Spain last year in our tag axle towing the smart car.
Yeah.
And the campsites tend to be either up mountains or down sandy. And I kind of said, you know what, it's time to go small.
Well, I graunched the side of it on a French campsite, and that's the worst thing to do because they all watch you anyway.
Yeah, so they do.
So I took a sharp turn right, and what I thought was a soft hedge, just brushed against the side, but one piece.
Lovely.
So it was a shame. A-class then became the little smaller. We had a Chausson until 2 weeks ago.
So kids are gone at this stage?
The kids are gone.
Right,
been gone for a couple of years,
And now we have this one.
Yeah, we changed to this one. We were looking for second hand, I'd say since March, we were kind of looking.
Yeah.
We tend to go to Anchor Point. James down there in Anchor Point in Bird Hill. Gentleman to deal with, and we got this one, and we're delighted. It has everything we want. Yeah.
And it has the fixed bed. You were saying you wanted the fixed bed. I said to you yesterday, when you get to our age, the fixed bed, there's no more climbing up top.
No more climbing up, no more Jenga making of the sofas and stuff. It's just, that's it, done. So, for us, it's a perfect size, perfect layout, and we're delighted.
So you're only on the road in this now 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
And okay, were all your other ones right-hand drive? I noticed this is right-hand drive. So right-hand drive. Is that a preference, or do you care?
I prefer it.
Okay.
Most of my driving is in England or Ireland.
So
in France, whether you're doesn't really matter.
They don't care anyway.
No.
Right. Okay. So we're now happy with the new machine.
Yeah, it's automatic too. So
is it?
Yeah, which was a novelty. Again, wasn't.
Do you mind?
I didn't mind until yesterday. Putting it up on the chocks, I found that a bit odd because you haven't got the clutch control.
Yes.
Now there's probably a knack to it, but
it's probably an accelerator and brake knack.
Yeah.
Where you would be.
I was kind of handbrake.
Wow. Okay. I've never had a motorhome. So is it that it wasn't available in manual, that this model only
this
comes
is what
with?
you could get.
Is that the way it's going, do you think,
I think
for new motorhomes?
Is. Yeah,
definitely.
Because I see a few of the reviews on UK sites, and 99% tend to be automatic.
Yeah, and I having now got one, I wouldn't change back to manual.
Is your car manual?
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to have automatics, but
so you were used to automatics, but not this big.
No. The girls were learning to drive, so we had to go back to manual.
Yes.
So that was a bit of a change.
But happy with this?
Happy with automatic. I mean, motorway driving, she just cruises along.
Yeah.
And
is she the Fiat Ducato?
Fiat Ducato.
Yeah. I have to be honest now, we were looking at it last night. She is beautiful, so well wear.
Thank you.
Right, let's get on to all of the camping, but let's stick in Ireland. Do you have a favourite campsite?
I probably have a list of favourite campsites.
Right, because there are, we all have a few, but if you were told tomorrow This is the last weekend that you can have your motorhome. It's been taken off you forever. You will never camp again. Where are you going to go? Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I would probably go to the eco site, Clifton Eco Site, Acton's.
That's our video that actually comes up next week. Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would
Is that where you'd go?
well.
There's something special about Connemara.
My problem with Connemara is it's a flippin' long drive.
It is.
Yeah.
But when you get there, I think for us, Connemara is a bank holiday weekend. I always say the same about Achill.
Yeah.
You know,
a long way.
like you're leaving from Dublin, you're leaving even further. If we're leaving from Waterford, I say Doolin, Achill and Connemara, Renville and now Eco. I loved the Clifton Eco Beach. It's want to be a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Once you get to Galway,
you'd want to be on holidays for the week.
Take you there.
When we were there over the summer, and an hour and a half from Clifton to Galway.
Yes.
And that breaks the journey up, and then
you've still to go home.
Yeah. But we don't mind that either, because
no,
it's another nicer way.
Yeah, I'm of the attitude. As soon as you turn on the alarm at the house, close the door, lock the door, your holiday begins.
Yeah.
And what's the rush? You know,
exactly.
What's the rush? What about gadgets? I know you're a gadget man. Do you have and it doesn't have to be a gadget. Do you have a favourite thing? Must have.
Apart from the corkscrew.
That has been said on numerous occasions. For example, mine, and I mentioned in the video earlier, is I have this kitchen roll holder that's a ratchet, so the roll doesn't roll off as you're driving. You don't need an elastic band. You don't need to ram the kitchen roll behind the seat. It's brilliant. So that's one of mine. Now I love me TV, I love me Wi-Fi.
I like the bin.
I was actually looking at your bin. Yeah, ours is in the press under the
haven't
cooker.
had a bin on a door
That's
for years.
Nice.
So
here's the problem that you may find is getting the right size bag.
I actually had to buy some more bags this morning.
Isn't it? They're either too small or else they're too big. And I think I don't mind it being too big, but too small. So you like the bin?
Yeah, we're using it as a bin. We were going to use it for
bits.
Stuff.
Yes, as a cupboard for boots or whatever. Yes,
it's a bin. Yeah.
And it's ideally situated when the door is closed at the side
when the door's
of the
closed,
camper.
When the door's open, you have to reach around.
Or if you're out here, it's handy for you as well. Yeah. Does this have, no, so you use the bottle gas. Does she have an outside gas point?
She does, yeah, outside
is that what that is?
Point, I haven't attached it to the cooker yet.
It's just a matter of changing on the end of the cooker,
And
there's an outdoor water shower
water
thing
point
too,
as well.
That could be handy.
Brilliant.
Be good to wash the dogs down, but they don't come with us.
So, okay, yours is the bin. So what did you say yours was? The corkscrew. We can't accept that because somebody else said it. Not necessarily now on this. In general, what's the one thing if you arrive, oh no, we're after forgetting the...
I suppose cooking.
Yeah, the barbecue.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't bring the normal barbecue.
Yes.
So we bought a disposable one for today.
And
I nearly put it in on Friday.
But for some reason you just didn't.
do it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, two things on behalf of Chris and Charlie and myself. Thank you for your support, and I know you're a regular contributor to the shows, both the videos and the podcast. And thank you for making the choice and spending a weekend here with us, and I really do appreciate it.
Well done for organising it.
Good morning, guys. So it's 25 to 9 in the morning. Deirdre and Charlie are still fast asleep, and this video has gone on a little bit longer than I thought it would. So we're making this part 1 of the Charlie and Me Camping Crew Meetup, where we meet you guys that came along to visit us and meet and greet us. So tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, join us for part 2.